Phoenix has presented the gravest evidence of all. Plot. Hello, welcome back to P-Storm. I am Pluvius Lilon, and today we're playing Apollo Justice. When we last left off, we had just finished a simulation of Phoenix's final trial, and now we're going to investigate a little more, go through the Mason system a little more before we finish off the current trial.
That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all this out for yourself. Which of Magnifi Grammarai's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Grammarai go? What dark truth lurks beyond the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth then and now. Think of it as a game. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Use Q and E to jump through the past and the present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It's right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play.
I just lost the game. God damn you, Phoenix Wright!
The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. Besides, I had plenty of time, thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. What strange sight doth mine eyes behold?
Excuse me?
2 men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines.
There's been no proof that I forged anything.
Nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet, these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you?
A little piano and a cold hole in the wall.
But since you are here, what shall we discuss?
The shooting of Magnifi Grammarai, for one. Who pulled that trigger? Valent or his partner Zach? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. If I'm going to get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start.
I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent.
Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear and he never even touched it.
Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation.
Revealing what?
Zach Grammarai killed Magnifi. It's as good as a signed confession.
That's certainly been public opinion's take on it.
I grow tired of my cage, and the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare.
Planning on jumping back into the magic right away?
As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valant. And also...
Yes?
Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifi's repertoire is mine. Valant Grammari has a tradition to uphold.
Is that true?
Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict or no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity.
The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valant. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner.
So I was, but only Zack Grammari followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot.
I'm more interested in learning something else, actually.
What might that be?
I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him?
The trick up his sleeve? Perhaps you do not know.
Know what?
A great magician never reveals his secrets.
I didn't think it would be that easy.
The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight.
My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. Let me see here. Yeah, let's start presenting stuff. Mr. Valant, could you look at this for me, please?
Yes, I accept your challenge. Well?
Challenge, huh?
You want me to make it float, disappear, or shall I simply eat it? Eat it!
Okay, looks like he doesn't have anything to say about any of my current evidence. Damn, not even Valant's letter to him. Or, I mean, Magnifi's letter to him. Not the pistol. Not the diary. Oh well. Let's get on out of here then, I guess. Defendant lobby number 2. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day.
Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Zack?
There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this. Mr. Enigmar, the defendant's escaped. Find him, quick.
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double. He must not be allowed to escape.
When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey you there, sir. Hey you there, sir! Down on your hands! Floor on your head! Now, now, now! What's the big idea? My ears. No unauthorized personnel are allowed in here. But that... no unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here.
But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed.
Zoink! I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago.
No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past. There is only now, sir.
Okay, you're the bailiff, right?
Yes, sir. Court Bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir.
I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape.
Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir!
But you were a regular police officer once, right?
Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir.
Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing?
I'm dying over here. Oh! It's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
Guess I wasn't the only victim. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform.
Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me.
That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing.
So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff.
But your uniform...
I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired.
That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day?
I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope, then tragedy strikes.
Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Ramorai's disappearance?
Oh, the humanity!
That's enough of that.
Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard the commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open. Slam! And some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face!
So you saw someone suspicious coming your way?
Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir.
I have a diagram of the court building here.
Aha! There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself. Nary a friend to call my own.
Okay, and which way did Zach Ramorai run after bursting through the courtroom door?
He went up like this and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like I was right there, because it was. Lobby number 2, sir.
You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here.
Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone. Vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone.
That's impossible.
Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here!
Okay, I won't say it again, promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby?
I searched.
Why the pause?
There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished. Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape, that's Zach, all right. But, sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir. Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Psyche locks. I should have known. Any thoughts on this, Mr. Meekins? This is an honor. Sir, I've offered my opinions on plenty of things, even things I know nothing about. But no one's ever asked for my opinion before. Ow. There's no need to shout, really. So, no opinion? None. I know nothing about that, sir. But I thought... never mind. Okay. Ooh, morning, Daddy. I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I'm fine as always. This old boy's here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks. My first show's today after all. 2 weeks had passed since then. Or 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course. It's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so. Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney? Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Okay, say Daddy. That was quick. Yes? If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, in this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. Trucy, how old are you? Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy. Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right? You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, isn't that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even that much about law, if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should call it an agency instead.
You mean, like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You got me, don't ya? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I'm directly descended from the famous Zach Grammeri.
Directly descended? He's your father.
Oh, and I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Grammeri?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Grammeri, and they're big.
The Grammeris, they were on television a lot. I haven't seen them much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Valiant Grammeri together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top.
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes, it's like that thing they say, baby frogs grow up to be frogs?
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Right. So in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy?
That's right. Well, want to see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Actually, I'd like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen.
Ah! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service.
He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady.
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valiant, smiling. But then she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's
Shit, how do you pronounce it?
Her name's Talassa Grammeri.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't...
Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you? That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way.
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This'll not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team, right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy... Oh, wait. Right, I forgot I'm supposed to be reading that in present Phoenix's voice. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. I decided on sooner. Drew Misham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me, 'cause like my eyes are just like little dots, you know? I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix Wright, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. This is my daughter. Vera, say hello. She's gone. Shall we begin then? Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not, sadly, a profitable one. But I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I'd be able to get by for it. I would be able to get by were it only me. Your daughter? Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That's why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of painting. What? To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Then why'd you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid.
I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape.
Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course.
Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Mr. Misham, I was wondering if you could tell me about this.
I've not been in touch with the outside world for some time now. I'm sorry, but that isn't much of an inspiration to me.
Oh, so now he's the sensitive artist. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy, but that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me.
I knew it would be difficult to escape this.
Then let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about his work you did?
It was unlike anything I'd attempted before.
I guess it would be a little different from paintings.
That's not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy.
This wasn't a copy?
The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client.
So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote?
Yes. As I said, it was my first job of that nature.
So, who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them. Not personally,
Ah, a psyche lock, of course. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham?
I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client.
True, when I asked the client's name, there were no psyche locks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. So what's Misham hiding?
Yes, there was a reference. Why should I hide that?
Huh?
After the trial, I submitted everything to the court. My work, the sample page, everything. I can give you directions to the court if you'd like.
That's fine. I know where the court is. Unless you were just trying to get me to leave.
Sorry. I can sometimes be a little blunt.
I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said.
What is it, then?
You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any psyche locks.
Psycho locks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps?
But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them. Not personally,
Not personally. Those words triggered the psyche lock.
Again with the psycho locks. Now I really must know what they are.
So you didn't meet with the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence.
Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me.
Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psyche locks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there.
And your conclusion is?
The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Misham.
Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me?
That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Drew's studio is... The real forger is your daughter, Vera Misham, isn't it?
Ridiculous! My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been one for landscapes, not surrealism.
Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to this studio are you and your daughter. The psyche locks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility.
I feel very much on the verge of going psycholock myself. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her.
A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently.
I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became... The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now.
Do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then?
Actually, the client came once. Here, to the studio.
What? Why didn't you say so sooner?
But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me.
So they talked to your daughter?
I will speak only with the artist, the client told me.
Then that little girl's the key to our mystery client's true identity. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Mr. Misham, I have a request.
Let me guess. You'd like to speak with my daughter?
Can I?
My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy. Extremely so, actually. With only one exception.
Which was...
Oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort.
Please, let me speak with her.
All right.
Uh-oh. This could be tough. Vera, was it? I would like to have a friendly chat. I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer, and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say do-re-mi. I can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. Vera, was it? Oh. Okay. So both of these are the same until we present the right evidence. What do you think about this? I think I just made her nervous. I need something to grab her attention, but what? Okay, yeah, I don't think we're getting to talk to her right now. Yeah, let's try the defendant lobby. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey, what's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Grammari vanished from this room. How'd he do it? How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I... Sir? Why are you so nervous if you weren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway? What did you just say? Sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm gonna have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in the room that day. Sir, I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir! Sir, that day she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Grammari. But you saw something. And therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? What's that? That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a walking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night, on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists! I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Grammari exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him into the corner room, sir. Zach Grammari, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Grammari, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Grammari. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach Grammari came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when, 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him. Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat. And that's the beauty of it, wasn't it? So, while you were standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner and most likely runs through the closest door, lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then, all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Yeah, it's getting too hot in here. Sir, I only lost sight of him in the briefest of moments. Move my fan a little, actually, so it doesn't catch too much on the mic. Then I saw that cape. Zach Grammarai's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. Of the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once, but this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me. Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape. That's the stone-cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Guamshu! Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want, it's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right. I'll see you in court next time, I'll see you in court next time, sir. I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zach Gramarai that day in court, until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. Oh, I did it again, goddammit. All eyes were on Zach Gramarai that day in court, until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Man, we're almost an hour in, and I've only solved 2 of these eight puzzles. Well, I guess we'll try Valent now. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder.
Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales.
And he got his wish. His life was taken.
What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone to...
Or what weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess is it was a matter of life or death.
Care to explain?
Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it?
Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it.
Gun!
Why, that's one of ours.
Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot.
What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers.
I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valent. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident.
Zack and Valent's quick-draw shoot-'em? How long has it been since those shots were last heard?
Was the shoot-'em cancelled because someone might get hurt?
Of course. What other reason could there be?
Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt.
Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol?
Well, tell me what would happen if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage?
The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot?
Looks like we've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on, and this shows who it was.
But that's...
Zack Grammarai's wife, and Trucy's mother. Talassa, I believe, was her name.
Alakazam! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets?
Still in denial mode, huh? Talassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. I got nothing. Unless there's something in the diary. The ripped out page. Now I see that everything has been a setup. Also, I could present forged evidence to the court. I mean, I don't get... Like, I don't get... Like, if I'm supposed to get the evidence from the present, I don't know how I'm supposed to take that to the past. It's like Phoenix didn't have to talk... Like, Phoenix, when it happened, didn't have to time travel for the evidence he needed. So I'm gonna guess it's this.
Mr. Wright, I envy you. It appears your chosen professions are far more lenient than mine.
What do you mean?
For us magicians, a single misstep can be fatal.
A single mistake can be fatal for an attorney, too.
So it can.
Talassa's the key. I can see how her name affects him. But just a name isn't enough. I need to recreate that day in his mind, starting with where she stood. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. Yeah, I guess I'll time travel. Even though it doesn't make any sense that I would have to.
The Borscht Bowl Club.
I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later, then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am?
Or, do you know who I am?
Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it.
Just kidding. I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer.
I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys.
I seek true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor's true.
And this is a friend of yours?
Don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman.
He'll not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others.
The Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists, and I'm number 2. I play piano, well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started. I don't remember. But I'm good. Real good. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room.
The hideout, yes. But before we go...
Yes?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shadi Smith.
Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter.
Oh, I'm...
No, Phoenix Wright.
Huh?
You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am?
Have we met?
Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this.
Mr. Enigmar? The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick.
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape.
You can't be, but you're... Zach Grammari?
Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I only have an audience of 1. You.
Zach Grammari? This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life.
You there?
Da?
We'll play soon. Ready the room.
Da. I will be preparing the hideout for you. You're really him? The Zach Grammari?
Now I'm Shadi Smith. Remember this.
How many years has it been now? 6?
In exactly 3 days from now, it'll be 7. Don't think too much about it. I caused you much inconvenience, I hear.
Yeah, you could say that.
Is she well? Trucy, I mean.
She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind.
I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I've come. That to settle a matter of cards.
By which you mean poker. Those eyes. He's serious.
I despise losing above all else. And so I've decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes.
I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about competition. All else is secondary.
Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I you. We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah, yes. You must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue.
2, 1. Showdown time. I lost.
It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice.
Who was the first?
The man I killed, of course.
You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker.
Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do.
Trucy's power?
Trucy? She's in a class of her own.
For 7 years, I played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club. For 7 years, I played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club. Shit, did I read all of that in past Phoenix's voice? And I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifique Grammari. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Grammari blood or something? Blood. I'm sorry, but that's not something told lightly to outsiders. It's nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of Grammari secret, then? Fine. She's 15 this year? She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know? I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this. This? A transferal of rights. You see the signature? A transferal? That's Magnifique Grammari's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights to the secret, staging, and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammari. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You recall the diary, yes? First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. As it just so happens, I have what I believe to be the missing page.
Wait, let me see that.
How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnifi gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. The greatest of Magnifique Grammari's illusions are true art. As such, they're well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform its illusions on stage.
Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That's why I've risked all to come here tonight. Brushel.
Sir, here you go.
What's this? A letter passing the rights I've inherited to Trilogy. I'd have you sign here as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary, besides.
I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary.
You are?
By day, I wear notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day, I wear reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well.
Your signature, please. This is the first reason I've come here tonight. I finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are legally considered to be deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day, not to mention all their possessions. Exactly. This is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document. Before my 7 years are up. You might say I'm securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trilogy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grammari. However, this was done in secret without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Grammari, and Valent Grammari. Not Trilogy. I see. So you do need this document. I've known Brushel since before I vanished. He's a man I trust. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trilogy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It's as you say. Okay, I was kind of hoping you'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trilogy's mother is a mystery. I have to know more about this power of Trilogy's. It's like she can see into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet, I myself have no such power. But Trilogy does. Why's that? Maybe Trilogy got her power from her mother, Thalassa Grammari. I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. The 3 of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet there's another story behind the fame, one that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valent Grammari's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Valent would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you! Her eyes. I love Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening.
Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She's dead, and Magnifique Grammar has joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy? Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. How would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There's someone else with the power, and I know who.
So I may have accidentally presented something I wasn't supposed to know yet, and that that wasn't the complete answer, so I edited all that shit out. I'm stuck, honestly. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Oh wait, I can examine shit, can I? Okay.
How about this?
Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp?
Please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble. That stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it.
That's Zack and Valent, the Grammarize, isn't it?
The post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammarize were at the height of their popularity.
Not anymore. Now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth.
Vera went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV, until the end.
I see.
That stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it.
Maybe I'll... Oh. Yeah, let's examine everything on this table. What's this red envelope?
Don't touch that. That's, it's quite important.
The painter's face just changed hues. Guess I better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. That's a pretty bottle.
Don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. It belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often.
There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. This is you and Vera?
Yes. Yes. We took that one quite recently. I know, I'm a painter. Why not paint a portrait instead? I've never been that good at people, unfortunately.
Ah, right. Shouldn't you practice? Okay. Maybe that will, And then there's this. My stamp. Hey, she spoke. She can talk. Yeah, so the stamp... How can I keep her talking? Isn't Troop Grammari amazing? Yes? Oh. I especially like those two, Zack and Valent. I mean, they're, just so magical. Aren't they? Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know? Me too. Me too. I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic. Yeah. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start. I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony of the Grammari Museum of Magic. The Grammari Museum? They have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once, when I was little, with Father. The Grammar Eyes on stage, it was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together, they do it all.
Yeah. Maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valen, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind.
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
Well, true, there are lots of good people, too. Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been... well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammar Eye Museum. With you, in fact. Yes. Actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Father, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things.
I really like painting. A lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So you did this, too?
Oh, yes. That was my first job.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. That pen slips and the way... the pen slips and the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammar Eye coffin. I guess no one told her.
They're the best in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean Troop Grammar Eye, of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
I guess I just took it, yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Grammar Eyes forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on her good side. So you met the person you asked to do this job? Or you met the person that asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Huh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really, really have to know. Right. Time to do some psyche unlocking. You seem to trust this client. Quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp.
No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside all the time?
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm? That your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? Alright, one sec. Yeah, so the walkthrough tells me that time travel is necessary.
This person in the photo is Trucy's mother? How did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She's gone. What more is there to say? Lots?
I know.
Whoa, you're still here?
According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother, Magnifi Grammarai's only daughter, end quote.
What? Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack? Brushel, you say too much.
Why am I the bad guy? Why?
Zack decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Talassa Grammarai, she's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition? Final? Why? As you said, I've come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that's done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It'd be best if I did not. 7 years ago we played. 7 years ago I lost. I already lost to Magnifi. I do not care to lose to another. I've heard you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think a mere lawyer might be out here pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up. That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy's beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brushel, you may leave.
But it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop.
I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough.
Just remember the future, prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man.
Then let us begin. Dealer,
Da?
you will be a witness to our competition.
Da. It is honor for me.
Why haven't I seen her around here before? That reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin. I believe that was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. The Grammarai power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again, that was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zack Grammarai knew, but how and why? Well, well. Isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge for the events that took away your badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright. You too, Gavin. Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shoddy Smith. That was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Grammeri. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. But you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I'm an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes. The trial where Zach Grammeri pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion, yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends, and yet I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship with me was never pure. You suspected me then, as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game, Zach Grammeri mentioned your name, Gavin. That reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. You do not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Shoddy Smith? No, Zach Grammeri. Whoa! I've never seen psyche locks like these. Dark, cold, full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know? He's doing his nails.
I got you, little bastard.
You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. That certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please have one. It's on me. That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? That I do, though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek is out of the question. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Ah, yes, she's surprisingly delicate, you know. Delicate, careful, requires careful tending, but she is my best friend, as they say.
Howdy!
Best? Come on, now I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course, she's known to bite if handled roughly. Your rose bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Vongel, cute but feisty. Every dog has its thorn. It's strange, you know? Here I am in solitary, and yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you got more than books up there. Ah, yes, my collection. I have a few friends on the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Just a little. That's some share. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. You'd probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. In here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison issue chair for this. Those prison chairs don't look so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate.
Okay, I got what I needed. Time to go back to the past. Samurai Jack. Oh, no, 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 no. Yes. This was what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one.
Also, where'd you get that?
From the future. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name's Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised not to tell. I'm sorry. I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then.
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it. Or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now.
I'm sorry for what happened.
If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Grammeri.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes, they're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come, promise. I hope to see you smile too, then, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. What is next, then? Troupe Grammeri's performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame.
We were not merely the latest craze. We were an age. A golden age.
It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes?
Oof.
Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her?
I don't know.
A part of his memory is still locked up.
There's one thing you're failing to address.
What's that?
As you say, our troupe was a world unto itself. If our leader Magnifi was so inclined, he could handle anything he wished with ease. But Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail.
Valent's got a point. If one of the troupe members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question.
Found the right address, Mr. Wright?
I'm so close. There has to be something about how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valent's relationship with Magnifi.
I see in your eyes. You still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have?
I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely. With a person. It's going to take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both of your hands, and this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you.
Were you by any chance trying to threaten me?
No, of course not.
You'll never make a good blackmail artist. Never.
Not a career choice I've been considering, actually.
Give up your dreams. Work an honest job. That's my advice.
The troupe was a tight-knit unit. It's all about the people involved. Their personalities, their histories. Who was Thalassa, really? It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem.
What do you mean?
She was Zack Grammeri's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Grammeri's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was.
It was an accident! There's no proof. None at all.
But Talassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together.
Ours was a complex family.
You mean Troop Grammari?
The Master Magnifi Grammari, his only daughter, and his 2 disciples.
That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it?
Not to be tempted into faulty flights of fancy, yes, there was an accident. But that's all it was, an accident. Zack and Valent's tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly, straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened that day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Talassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Talassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter.
And that led to blackmail, I take it.
It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls.
Why did Magnifi Grammari try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died.
All I can say is it was a critical time for Troop Grammari. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valent. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Talassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not.
What do you mean?
In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit.
I see. I guess I can understand.
I mean, he did lose his only
daughter.
But do you not find cowardice in his actions?
Huh?
To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads.
Things were dark behind the scenes at Troop Grammari, that's for sure. Does Trucy know?
She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life?
True.
I'd not thought of that accident for a very long time.
I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot.
Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think.
True.
After that accident, there was only one who came sniffing quite persistently. Or, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research.
Would you happen to remember his name?
What was his name? Sorry, I've forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. His name, I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often.
I see. Thanks for your help.
It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds.
I'm sorry. I'd begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Grammari. I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile, the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Grammari to this world. Sooner or later I'd have to track him down. Okay, so now we have uncovered all the locations in the present, but I've been going at this for like 2 hours now, so I'm going to have to stop it here. But if you enjoyed this video, then no further actions required on your part, and we will see you next episode.